that you gave us today. I would like to thank you for giving your valuable time for the event and about innovation. So I would like to quote a sentence that innovation is the unrelenting drive to break the status quo and develop a new where you have dared to go. Unless you're dared to go, you cannot grow into this business world. And sir, we really got very few exciting knowledge about innovation. So here we have few questions which I would like you to answer for the audience. So the
Sure.
first question goes like this: that how can we use game-based approach in our day-to-day professional life? Can you share us with us the answer?
Yeah, yeah. I've been doing it for many years. I'll give you a story about. I used a game for a completely at that moment was unthinkable. I'm talking about roughly uh, 21 years back. I was in Bharat Petroleum, and Bharat Petroleum had that time designed SAP, and SAP had a decision support system which was state of art then. So which meant the reports and analysis was to be was available online, versus prior to that there used to be a EDP reports, what we call that term could be new for many of you, but electronic data processing, and that unit was like they used to produce reports which were around 1500 reports overall, and they used to come on that blue stripes, blue white stripes, and perforated from both the side, printed on en masse, and then published. So those managers who also thought at that point of time, there used to be a time of stenographers. So even their emails, they never wanted to touch keyboard, because keyboard was akin to something like a typist. So for them, they used to dictate their email to stenographer, then stenographer used to punch in and take a printout, show it to them, and they used to correct, and then again, then the send button was approved. Only they used to punch the send button. So such managers who were so averse to touching keyboard, to make them realize that the analytics platform has changed to a level that they can actually slice and dice the data and identify the parameter on which they can decide, was a just a lecturing or just a helping wasn't possible. So I created a treasure hunt, and that treasure hunt it was a virtual treasure hunt on a internal web platform, and that ensured that they try the this analytics tool and learn the nuances, and then answer the question or solve the clue on the treasure hunt. And initially, I think I remember when I launched that treasure hunt, because we had to quickly move this more than 3 to 4,000 managers, particularly little elderly, to quickly adopt to the new platform, so that the company's investment into that product is realized, or the value is realized. So initial 7 days of the treasure hunt had a very few, some of the people responding. Next week, I think it caught on fire, and to everybody's surprise, within a month, the whole that tool or the analysis decision support system was so highly adopted that after 1 month, when we asked them that do they need those 1500 reports, and virtually everybody responded that now there's no need, because we are able to get the report immediately online, and we are able to use it. And not only use it, we are able to derive further insights. And so that's a story I'm talking about more than 21 years back. And then thereafter, many times I have deployed this game-based approach, including one which was mentioned in the introduction, that I had designed an ERP course and executed entirely on games. And those students are, some of them are already, because this was done in 2013. So today, what they are all, and that was for MBA class. They are all into various industries, and some of them, or most of them, stay connected. And I think some of the videos are, I think one or two videos of their testimonials are there with me. But very interesting, that game-based approach I continuously deploy in every situation, and I derive um, huge out, something very unique, very fast, and therefore that I remain extremely attached to this game-based approach. Yeah, back to you, Ashna.
Yes, sir. So the next question goes like this: that can you tell us more about your book, IT through Experiential Learning? How did you publish that book and manage to do all this?
Book, I will respond in a very haphazard manner.
Yes,
The
sir.
book publication didn't come anything new to me, because prior to that I had published books on SAP analytics, and those were best-selling books. So going to publishers used to follow up with me for some ideas to be published. So that was not new to me. Uh, Publication of a book was also something, in the sense ideas were not new to me, but completely creating a book which is applicable, which is immediately usable, without creating too much of complexity around that, took a little time. Because on one side, if you write something very easy, people don't respect it, and therefore I had to kind of create a uh, framework of experiential learning. And then within that experiential learning, I kind of put every block of these games that I had deployed across these more than 21 years. And then I kind of created a framework, which today also you must have experienced, that there is a process in which you put that game into that specific context, and that once you develop that context, and help the participants to understand and absorb that context, then you make them play the game. And then as you conclude, help them to reflect on that whole process, and therefore crystallize that learning. And that's all captured through games. So it might sound very shallow to many people, but once you play the game, and once you actually try and get it into a level of applying a game into a context, then you will realize the benefit of that book. Yeah, back to
So,
you,
yes,
Ash.
sir. The next question is that what exactly is game-based approach for today's generation? Sir, you answered that question. It was exactly the same.
This is what today we played the game and we learned in the whole process. So
Yes,
that's
similar question.
game-based approach.
Good question. Next is, with your active work in big corporate and influential companies, what is the most important quality that you have nurtured and you would like to share with us so that we can develop such qualities for further life?
I think there's only one thing which comes to my mind in the immediate context is lifelong learning. Uh, there were times, probably my earlier generation, which saw that, if a person joins into a career, uh, you could retire in that career and you will be recognized in that career, and there will be, you will celebrate, let's say, the whole success. But that was in the past generation. Now the environment is so dynamic that what was successful a few years back could completely be non-existent, and therefore your ability to learn continuously and keep on learning rather than taking it that learning stops when you join a career or join any role and any industry. So my own learning has been that I need to keep on learning any day, every moment.
Sir, yes, sir. So the next question is that what do you look for in a startup, the idea or the organization of the company?
I will look for both,
Yes,
because
yes.
brilliant ideas, as somebody, I think one of the participants very rightly said, that the idea is not something that it could be a bubble and it could burst out very soon. But if the organization is well supported, well thought through, there will be, as we identified today, that if you have a counter weight, very rightful friction within the team on any simple ideas as well. So such organization also harvest and help in sustainable kind of long term. So I think I will look for both.
Yes, sir. And the last question that is given by the audience are, what is your mindset or the ideas when new words are pitched?
I usually try and reflect uh, multiple dimensions of that word. So, like the example of building I gave. So I try and always learn or uh, deliberately challenge my own triggers from one word to help me stay sharp.
Okay, sir.